G'day, today we are back to playing some more of My Oxygen Not Included. So we slowly get closer to building our monument and hopefully ticking off one of our major goals. So our steel production is firing away there. We only need 100 more and we can ask for that second section to be built. It's definitely exciting. Let's have a look at our oxygen generation. That is low, but we did have stoppages, I think, in that last one. So these pickups we also want to up the priority of. And it was also suggested that I need some more things in here. I need a rooming station. These bad boys. And ore. And we need a incubator. There's our 5 tons of steel. Means that straight away, we'll just slow things down a tiny bit. Straight away we can go to furniture, scroll to the bottom and go midsection. So I can only put it on the spot it perfectly fits. And I would imagine that I probably need to build a ladder up there to make it accessible. So let's copy this guy, because this will just be temporary scaffolding really. And run that up that side. Run that up that side. Not sure if I've got enough clearance for the head there though. Now all we've got to do is just build back to another 5,000 and we're good. I think we've got the diamond and we've got the glass, so everything else there is ready to roll. Really glad to see how empty those all are now too. Alright, good, that's empty. We don't need to give that power, so we can just leave that as is. Alright. One thing not answered, I think in the comments, though thank you for those comments that did comment, is where can I find a vole? I feel like I haven't seen one for a while. There was one that was living at the top for a little bit. They're so sort of sneaky as well, and that they're always digging through the walls. That it's always quite hard to locate them, get a fix on them. See that plastic getting in there. These suits need more oxygen coming to them. Have a quick look at how piping's doing. I really feel like there's too much more we can do with that. As long as this guy's needing to take some, and I think that like that insufficient oxygen suggesting that we had a brief moment of no oxygen going in, means that we've got to go back to sort of pressurizing the living space. Go for some omelets, I think. Either of those two people are what we need. Steel's down to 0. It was 100 briefly before, so I wonder if something's changed. Need plastic coming in. I assume that plastic's all sitting all the way down here. Plastic. Some people are coming to get it. Assume the germs are going to just slowly sort of die off, but I guess we'll see. Go back up to the top. So while they're sort of working away down there, we'll have a look up here to see if we're That vole is still around at the top somewhere. It's like gold amalgam and stuff up there. Iron, copper, because well, at least we're back in business for steel. Oh, here we go. Stinky's getting all the work done. Okay, so what do we want here? Firstly, got our legs posing mightily on a asteroid. Thumbs up seems a bit too cheesy, so does that. Confidence of one of the two of those, I think. Go that one for now. I mean, those are the two pets that we've predominantly had. It's at least acknowledging. Yeah, let's stick with that for now. I feel like this means it's a monument acknowledging that we've landed on this base and these we've tamed these two particular beasts. And I mean, like, we could go even further to sort of say, like, and we were also just slaughtering Paku by the dozen. But I mean, it feels like that would be a dark sort of option there. It's not a bad combo. It suggests that we're, like, very caring, right? Stick with that one for now. Not convinced I've got enough headroom there. So we'll find out. I can dig up a bit, though. See them all moving stone and things when they've got nothing else to do. Be cool if I could just say to, like, if I just set that to 9, does that give anyone a job to go find something to drop off? That would be cool. I mean, it's definitely lazy if it lets me do that. Well, and our steel production is back to flying away. The other thing that we can start to sort of just get a plan for is our rocket modules. What it needs, though, is steel. But the good news is that's how little steel all of this needs. With the exception of the steam engine. But it does mean that once we get into this, like, if you can see how fast we're making it now, in theory we should be able to make enough steel to have that covered ready to go in one session. This is about getting the 5,000 ready for that. I don't think we'll come today. I think that we'll probably get to around 4,000 or so. Still is a very nice effort. This guy is starting to kick a little bit. Carbon skimmer occasionally gets to turn on to help out. I mean, there's so many other gases in that area now too, I guess, that are messing with him. Natural gas in poor Ashken's bedroom. This room's done a nice job of refilling, and this has been getting enough sort of constant dribble of polluted water that this has actually helped that room stay at a good level. I change something though, because this is under its normal, or what it would deem an acceptable level. Should have that triggering, shouldn't it? Have a look. Did I change that? I can't recall. No, so it's definitely still in place. But I've disabled that. Yeah. I mean, that room would just empty pretty quick because this is so big. Because we've stopped this from pumping over. Going again. Build a little wall there, just to catch that really hot water on the other side. You can tell me about those exosuits. Where do the conveyors live? Shipping. Seemed like there could be some really interesting stuff people could do with this to automate. You were looking pretty poor off there, Meep. How are we doing? What's our vitals? We already knew Meep was unwell. You've only got 90 seconds of unwellness left, Meep. Don't worry about it. Pick up the pace a little bit. Now, I think all we're doing at the moment is waiting. That gold on their legs just sort of suggested that they've consumed gold and they're currently pooping it out. What we're looking at there. 2 more eggs. The smooth hatchling business is booming. We go into colony summary, have a look at Home Sweet Home. We are currently right on track that if we get that last one, we have hit a monumental milestone in here. I think justifies the speed up here that I'd love to see at this session. Natural gas is my current issue. Got too much natural gas around. This seems like this could be handy, actually, the fact that that's filling with water, because it means that this gas can't get out. It's just sort of, that'll pressurize the really interesting little practicality that is. I have no idea how water's gotten down in there, though. Where that would have come from. So I'd remove some of these pipes and just did my normal acceptance of water falling out of pipes. Shift to mealwood seems to have gone really well. Finding this vol seems like it's a challenge. Pretty certain that there was a time there where I was killing vols if they wandered into my base. Got a whole lot of suits over here. One's in suits, but let's ask someone to come claim that. I mean, we probably need to claim the ice, but... It's a little square of steam. How are we doing with our, hey, look. Using the bristle blossom seed. Dirt. We might not necessarily have like a whole bunch of dirt available anymore, but let's get another 99 made. This feels like it's going to eventually come to an impasse that I've got to work out what I want to do with all this crude oil. I mean, I could just pump it to here, I guess. Or I've got to stop it being crude, I suppose, before I do that, though. Let's ask someone to go pick up all those bottles as well. How are we doing oxygen-wise? That's still just sort of streaming straight through in that part. We are needing plenty of oxygen. Undecided on what to do with this. I mean, I realize I'm using a lot of water from there. I feel like that would just burn through this water super quick. Whether my alternative should be that I turn this back on briefly. That water is also quite warm. Although it's quite warm at that end. At this end, it's 7 degrees cooler. I wonder if I could just build, like, Weezeworts underwater. Try and help cool that down. Or if they would, or they would sort of be considered too wet. Round, essentially. Operate. We need more fridges. We got in these fridges anyway. Let's. The allergy meds. Lit up some space up there, so let's just put 3 more. They're a little bit far away from the kitchen, but oh well. Wart seed seems quite good. I think we've only got a finite amount of wart, so pick that. Now let's cut settings. Those 3. Like I said, when I get to building the rocket, my plan is that I'll dig out this space. So if we look at the rocket stuff, research module, or did I go this way? The research module, command capsule, gantry. What I'll do is I'll dig out here. We just look at probably the largest thing in that. Can't look at that one, I guess. So it's about that wide. What I could do is dig this out, wait for an asteroid shower, then do an order to dig, and just smash out as much as we can, and so that they can fire. So let's start our underside build of this. We want to, let's go dig there and build a ladder that runs that. And on the other side of it, like that. Maybe we're going to have to build one down the middle just to make sure that we can dig out everything else around it. I don't want to put in the other dig orders yet because I don't want someone to go digging a hole down here and not be able to get out. So let's get those ladders built first. I feel like we're operating at the same pace to get that steel out today. Wish I could get the head design sort of up just to confirm the size because I don't feel like it's going to be 3 high. Let's see if I can see measurements. Radius of its tiles. Let's go ask someone to go up here and dig. I'm going to go dig all of that. Gave up on that one pretty quick. Alright, great. So then what we can do is say, I'm going to go back to this style just to push up the nasty nasty air. Already caught a fair bit of water up there. Hope this ice is slowly cooling down. I could just test putting a wheeze wart over here underwater, see what happens. What do I want? Where's my planter base? Oh, let's go over here and go planter box. Right in the middle. Based on where this ladder's allowed to be, I'm going to assume the head doesn't expand further than the monument. I just find this so funny that I have these guys, the slicksters, just sort of operating in here for, at this point I'm going to say years. They've surely been there more than a year. And this is the total net of their work. I must be say they're unhappy or anything. Meanwhile, this broken fissure is just going wild. Okay, then what we'll do is we'll do a build across there. I don't quite know why it's not worth building this whole room up and around. Otherwise it just means that you look at the roof and there's an indent on the roof. So maybe let's go dig. Let's leave it like that. Yeah, that's fine. These suits here are full. I mean, I realize that probably it's unlikely anyone would ever get all the way down to those suits, but just use some common sense, guys. Just look at these and go, oh, you know what? I'd be way better off taking those suits that have got oxygen in them. Use that little survival instinct. I mean, on the good side, at least, it means that those 3 are blocked off, so that we're now distributing oxygen or directly to the other 6. And down here, this is slowly backing up from time to time. I mean, not backing up enough that it's going to stop here and actually push 100% of the oxygen through, but this sort of getting there. Going quite quick. Drowning. Yeah. Alright, uproot it. We assumed. But figured may as well test, just in case. I suppose if I did put them out of the water, they would probably still do a good job of cooling the surrounding air. The air temperature's not too bad around here either. I mean, these two guys are doing a good job of really cooling that down a bit more, but... And... in here... That one. I'm now baffled about what it was that was happening last time, that they were just so insane for making steel. Give us a bit more of that headroom we need. That, yes, is very much pun. Something very nice about how clean this is here, that you've got the wires, the liquid and the gas, just sort of 3 different lines. They aren't too interested in getting this done. Unreachable dig. Something collapsed somewhere. Is that square considered unreachable? Ah, of course, because we didn't dig too deep. Boy, oh boy. Should dig out. All of that. Well, you know what's going to happen, May? You're not going to be able to get back down. You got confidence, May. Doesn't seem like you're going to learn your lesson either. Turner is the only thing keeping you alive here, May. At least they're using igneous rock for this, so it's what they're digging out is generally what they're making this stuff with. Granite, rather. Good commitment, Turner. The other thing that we want to do as part of this is try and clean this up. That's what's going to be directly above it, but we want to do that by going across the top. So what we're going to have to do is just clean the top a little bit. So to allow them to get down. I have to say, oh look, there's a planet moving up there. And tried to move up to look at it to discover, oh no, it's just permanently up on my screen. Okay, so then go. See if we've got any adventurers that are brave enough to go this work. Expect to see you up the top here, May. Maybe Ellie. Look, it moved over there. Sudden jump. There we go. There's Ellie up there working away. I feel like I've possibly got to just give her some attention while she does this to make sure she doesn't get trapped in some way. I do like, at least, even though this sort of will collapse down as it moves, it does logically, like, still remember that I wanted all of it gone. Do I need a regolith or anything? Because it seems like the most infinite resource I have. Super quick work of this, Ellie, with your vegan speed. Then what you can do, get rid of that whole mountain. Flatten that out. So, I mean, definitely we're going to have more meteors hit, and this will get bigger again. But, that's just sort of a starting point. We've now got an idea of how fast we can clear that out when we need to. You get new expensive eggs, or do we break through to a different section? Well, it looks like we're going to finish with only about 2,000 steel. This one, disappointing. Gotten all the way through. I mean, if they go back to whatever they were doing last last session, we'd get enough steel in the next one. But I guess my only question at the moment is vols. Any ideas where I could find a vol? Any key spots I could use, or any tools that I can use to try and pinpoint one? No sort of like life forms thing that I can use to have a look around. I recall there was a way that you can go into like photo mode and that'll allow you to zoom out a lot more. So I wonder if I could go look at, say, creatures, zoom out, and then see what I can find. Be a potential way to locate some. Happy with this guy's getting back to its full size, but that is getting low. Not sure that's really getting any cooler. What I should do is go grab... Like, I can't just tell him to go do stuff with... Like, take that 20 tons of ice and go put it here. I suppose what I could do is go... Um, copy this guy, put him there. And say that these guys don't carry ice. Two of them. Actually, we need. Let's just up the priority of this so we can get this quickly done. So I don't forget next time. I appreciate, Ellie, that you came all the way over, but you are focusing on the steel that we do want done. Okay, so then get this built. So the one thing that you do is viable. It's ice. This is the only thing you do. You're a priority 9. Then we say this guy doesn't like ice, and say that guy doesn't like ice. Say move this debris with insane priority. See, we've got a whole line of people that are focusing on that task. So thinking about the fact that these guys can carry about a ton, not a bad effort. Can only carry 20 ton, so let's give him a partner that's in that, so we can get this done quick. Say 9 priority on that. And then we say copy the settings of this guy for that guy. And we say he's also a 9. As well, this is just making this water quickly colder too. Let's up that speed again while I do this. So much of it. See, its temperature's slowly ticking up. Water around it slowly ticking down. This is also good. I mean, in theory, I could have left the ice here, let it melt in this water, but I think I want to try and do it. It should melt faster in the hotter water, and it should allow us to just cool this down, and then before it goes through that, good tuner. Bedtime for everyone. That's it. I'm sure I'll recall what my plans are from here. Or will I? Hard to tell. I think it's almost all gone anyway. We'll stick around to the end. We got left, so that's all done. That one's all done. Wait for those last few people to get all the way over. And more people are finding ice. And then we say, you know what? We don't want ice. Turn that off. Drop these guys' priorities back down to 5. And it means that that ice is going to sit there and melt into that. We need to address that pretty soon because that is getting low. And we can summon this water up there. That water's even warmer than this water will be coming in. Alrighty. So there we go, another session down. Any questions or comments, feel free to chuck them below. If you have any idea where or how I can find some vols, let me know that too. Until next time, catch you later. See ya.